concert horns, singing, and dancing. Libyans expressed their joy in the streets of the capital on February 17, 2013, 2 years after the beginning of the revolution. With the revolution came many expectations, as well as many economic projects. 2 years later, what's happened? The good news is that oil production has returned to a level close to that of before the uprising. Approximately 1.5 million barrels are produced every day. This is significant, given that the so-called black gold contributes to up to 70% of the GDP and accounts for more than 95% of exports and 90% of state revenue.
Libya
will continue to exploit its oil and will continue to be able to pay civil servants and redistribute income. However, there is still a paralysis of activity outside of hydrocarbons. Areas of service, construction, and tourism are completely paralyzed.
Construction, nous ne parlons même pas du tourisme. Toutes ces activités sont totalement paralysées.
The official unemployment rate is 30%, but that's not counting the informal sector, which has continued to grow. Experts estimate this figure at more than 60%, with mostly young victims. Meanwhile, prices have continued to increase. The inflation rate was estimated at 10% in 2012, compared to 15% the previous year. The banking sector has suffered from a lack of liquidity following the UN resolution to freeze the assets of BC.
The
banking networks are paralyzed, with payments by credit card or even international transfers halted because of failures in the banking system.
All this does not help to reassure foreign investors. Libya is focused on building a constituent assembly and doesn't have time for creating a regulatory framework. In this context, it's unclear who the decision makers are. Today, the country's main challenge remains security.
Everyone has been affected by the halting of virtually all contracts. All of this will be discussed, and there are other areas which should be considered as well. There is a contractual aspect, how to start again, in what context, and especially what security can Libyans guarantee for foreign companies.
Of the 50 French companies operating in Libya, 30 have restarted their activities and hope to participate in privatization projects. A total of 360 businesses were involved.
With things happening, it's important to be here today. We have to facilitate privatization. We should not expect Libya to be ready to go. We're encouraging most of our businesses, and I think the message about Libya is go now.
The reconstruction market was estimated at $200 billion, including areas of infrastructure, health, food, security, and telecommunications. With reserves estimated at $150 billion, Libya has the potential to revive its economy and to attract foreign companies.